Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable the podcast. It is Tuesday, December the 10th already. Where is the time going? Holly mentioned to me yesterday, she said, doesn't it seem like the Christmas season is flying by this year? And I said, yeah, it does. And I think because Thanksgiving came so late, last year, Thanksgiving was on November 23rd. This year, November 28th. So that's 5 less days that we have in between for shopping, preparing, decorating, blah, blah. So it is going fast. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks until Christmas, 3 weeks until the new year. Jesus, give me a break, slow down. All right, before we start talking, because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. There he is, the one and only, the patron saint of this fine podcast. Bud, there he is, Babushka boy. Babushka boy. There he is with his babushka. It's not really a babushka, it's a scarf, but it's pulled over his head like a babushka. It looks like he just came over from the other side. There he is. I work for food. I clean your house. There it is. But we miss you and love you. Okay. So speaking of which, thank you. One person added to my list of 63 subscribers now. Thank you. I don't get anything for this. I don't know how to do it. This is free. But as a subscriber, you get to know, lucky you, when I have an episode, which is usually either every day or every other day. So anyway, whoever you are, thank you for subscribing. I hope more people subscribe because it just kind of looks good. To me, it's like I'm not just here talking to myself or to the dogs. Where are they? I'm just, somebody's out there listening to me. Why? I don't know. But you are. Thank you. Thanks for listening. I know my friends out there. Allie from the University of Pennsylvania is out there. I know she is. She listens to me. Yeah, that's the funny thing. A lot of people I understand listen to this podcast. They don't watch me, which is kind of a good thing. Not exactly Tom Cruise here. You know what I mean? So, although if you don't watch me, you miss all the stupid sports gear I always wear. Today I'm all geared out in Phillies. Why? I don't know. But so yeah, let's talk about that first. Huh? Oh, by the way, I have a movie classic of the week I'm going to talk to you to very briefly, but it's a very appropriate movie. We're going to talk about that. But first, there's a lot going on in the Philadelphia sports world. We got to talk about what the hell is going on with the Eagles. They're 11-2. They're one of the top teams in football. I think they're going to get to the Super Bowl and hopefully win the Super Bowl. The hell with the Lions. The Lions have a good team, but as I've been saying, Eagles get home field advantage, get the Lions outdoors in the cold and the rain and the snow in Philadelphia in January. Two on the Lions. Two. So Eagles, a great season, 11-2. I mean, compared to last season when they choked like dogs, and the end of the season was terrible. Remember that? 11-2. And now they're fighting between themselves. Apparently, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown are getting involved. Hello? Well, that was gold. But what exasperates this whole thing is the media. Of course, media. WIP Sports Radio. Yeah, I don't listen to it during the day and can't take it. They suck. Because all it is, since they changed management company, is clickbait. Just like clickbait on computer, they want you to watch the podcast like me. Well, that's what it is on the radio. They're trying to stir up controversy so people will listen to it. So, now it's a thing. Apparently, Brandy Graham has his own show on Monday nights with WIP, and he was talking about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown not getting along. Whoops, he wasn't supposed to say that. That's supposed to stay in the locker room. So he's apologizing and blah, blah. But, we kind of knew that was true anyway. Look what happened last year, right? I thought AJ Brown would be satisfied. He got an extension on his contract. I thought he would just be satisfied and not stop talking, stop. And Jalen Hurts, I told you this yesterday. He looked different on Sunday during that game. He looked like he did at the end of last year. He's like glassy eyed, and he just looked like he was out of it. You know, what's he doing? Smoking the wacky weed on the side there or something? I don't know. But yeah, he just looked, and he didn't look very hesitant throwing the ball. And when the Panthers were rushing him, he was laying down instead of throwing the ball away. And AJ Brown wasn't targeted that much, but apparently he was open quite a few times, and Hurts never threw him. So I don't know what's going on. Normally, if you look at the positive end of this, whenever AJ Brown gripes, one could say bitches, but I won't use that word. But I really did. The next week he usually gets the ball. So I would say Sunday against the Steelers, look for AJ Brown to go off. He hasn't had a big game, 100-yard game in a long time. Look at Jamar Chase last night. The Bengals, 15 catches, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Whoa, that's the kind of production AJ Brown should be putting up. And I said this last year, feed him the ball. He's a stud. He's an animal. He's big. He's fast. Give him the ball. If he wants to catch 15 a game, let him catch 15 catches a game. Let him. That's why you're paying him the big bucks. That's why you traded a first-round draft pick to get him. I get it. Saquon Barkley is great. He's blown off. They're feeding him the ball. I get it. But give AJ the ball. I know it's hard. You got Devontae Smith there. You got the tight end. You got this guy. You got this guy. There's only one ball, right? So you got to spread it around. But I would say early in the game, that's when you got to feed AJ Brown so he feels better. Hopefully you get off to a fast start. Maybe that's what Eagles, duh. Maybe that's why the Eagles get off slow starts in the first quarter. Maybe one of the reasons the Eagles have scored the least amount of points in the first quarter of any team in football. Any team. Why? Is it the game plan coming out in the locker room? I know they don't take the ball. I mean, if they win the coin flip, they pass the ball, so they get the ball coming out in the locker room in the second half. And I know why they do it. They're hoping to get the ball last in the first half and then first in the second half. And so they kind of have the ball twice in a row there, But maybe, just maybe, it would be a good thing to actually take the ball and see what happens, right? Take the ball down and score and get ahead. Seems like the Eagles will always be on, just scraping the wall. But I think what they need to do is whoever's calling the plays, Kellen Moore or Nick Sirianni, whoever is doing, I think they need to focus on AJ Brown early. It makes him happy, so he's not a little baby why did you not get the ball? Now for you, you viewers out there, listeners, my friends who are just listening to this fine podcast, you just missed me doing my pouty baby dinner. AJ Brown. Anyway, so feed them the ball early, make them feel better, let the baby feel better, and then score points and get ahead. And then later on in the game, second half, you wear teams down with Saquon Barkley. You run out the clock like you're supposed to do. Not like last Sunday. They're running out the clock and they're throwing the freaking ball. What the hell's going on? All right, so I don't know what's going on. I think I think it was all blown over, I think, certainly the media makes a bigger deal out of it than it is. And I think once A.J. Brown gets the ball, maybe he has a game, he catches 10 passes, he scores a touchdown, you make him feel better, all is forgotten, right? Yeah, I'm just saying. But this guy has a contract. He's not going anywhere unless he becomes a real pain in the ass and they didn't have to trade him. You don't want to trade him because he's one of the best receivers in football. And Jalen Hurts, I mean, Jesus, the Eagles are so invested in this guy, just like they were at Carson Wentz. Remember him? He's got to work out because if he doesn't, the Eagles are really screwed. Because not only do they have a lot of money tied up in this guy, a lot of time invested, but if he doesn't work out, they're going to have to draft a young quarterback, and they're not drafted very high anymore, now that they're playing real well. It just is a whole, yeah. If he doesn't work out, forget it. He's got to work out. You've got to root for Jalen Hurts to do good. I think overall he's not turning the ball over like he was earlier in the year. He's not throwing interceptions, but he's got it. Eagles are so heavy on the run now, which is they should be with Barkley and Gainwell. That it seems like the passing game is being neglected. So they need to get back on the shtick. And let's see what they do Sunday against the Steelers. Later in the week, I'm going to have a breakdown of the game. We're going to talk about that great Steelers defense, how the Eagles may be able to exploit them. And I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. What we do, got two Pennsylvania teams playing in the mud there. Just the bitter rivalry between the two. And I think it's supposed to be really cold. So, this will blow over. This too shall pass, as they say. But it's always got to be something, huh? Isn't it? It's always got to be some kind of drama around our teams, right? Drama. Oh, Jesus. Like when the world turns, as the world turns, as the Eagles turn. I mean, stop with the drama. I just want a nice, peaceful year where you get to the playoffs, which they are, and you win, and you get back to the Super Bowl, and you win the damn Super Bowl. Now, the way it looks now, looks like it's going to be one of either three teams. The Chiefs were 12-1. Everybody's saying that the Chiefs aren't having a good year. Chiefs aren't distant. Patrick Mahomes is not having a good year. He's not the MVP. Guess what? The Chiefs are 12-1. When it's time to play well, the Chiefs are going to play well. That's them, right? I mean, they've won the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. They're going for a third. Don't you think the Chiefs are motivated and driven? No team in the history of the NFL have ever won the Super Bowl 3 years ago. So, just Chiefs are getting it figured out to get players on the team back who were injured. By the time the playoffs start in 4 weeks? It's not very long. 4 or 5 weeks, the Chiefs will have it all figured out. I think everybody said, the Chiefs aren't going to get this. I think they will, especially if they have home field advantage. Everybody's going to have to go from Kansas City, and going to Kansas City in January, it's going to be damn cold, maybe even snow. Remember that game last year that was on Peacock? Everybody got so upset that, we can't watch the game because we don't subscribe to that channel, right? So it was Kansas City and Miami. You got a warm weather team like Miami trying to play a game in the playoffs in Kansas City at night. Ay, 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 ay. And some people actually thought the Dolphins were going to win. No wonder they didn't show. I mean, come on. Anyway, so yeah, Kansas City could get there. The second team is Buffalo. You got to think Buffalo has a chance, especially with Josh Allen playing out of his mind. 6 touchdowns last Sunday. 3 on the ground, 30th by land, 30th by sea. Passed. Buffalo's definitely a chance. Again, especially if they get home field advantage. Who wants to go up to frigid, snowy Buffalo to play the AFC Championship game? I don't. Jesus. And I think the third team that has a shot is Baltimore. You can't count Baltimore out because Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, they got studs down. The defense sucks, but you got to fear that offense. Baltimore could get there, but again, who's going to have home field advantage? Pittsburgh is a solid team in the AFC. It's just, I don't know. I don't trust Wilson, you know? He gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't. Although I will say one thing, which we're going to talk about as the week goes on. Russell Wilson, if you remember, my friends, always plays well in Philadelphia. Remember when Russell Wilson was on the Seahawks and Seattle would come in here and invade the lake, and usually they beat the Eagles. Remember that 38-0 beatdown a couple years ago? Oh, Jesus. I don't even think about that. Why did I bring it up? But Russell Wilson has this thing about him that he comes into Philadelphia and he plays well. So, yeah, you can't count him out. I just don't think Pittsburgh's going to get there. I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know. But hey, you never know. They keep winning. They get a home playoff game. They win the AFC North. They're going to get a home. So, and the Texans, I'm not a big Texans guy. I'm not. I don't even like chilling. Yeah, it's not good for my balance. Okay, I won't get into that. Okay. Anyway, no, I'm not a big Texan fan. And who else? Chargers. Nah. So anyway, I think it's going to come down to in the AFC, Chiefs, Ravens, Bills. Right? One of those 3 teams is going to play in the Super Bowl against our Birds. That's just what I think. I don't know. Hey, let's talk a little baseball with you. What the hell? The Phillies, how they signed relievers. It's Jordan Román. Jordan Román. He sounds like some like Rainbow. Is he related to Ray Romano? Everybody loves Raymond? Is that what? No, I don't know. But he's a reliever. And he pitched for the Blue Jays up there in the great north Canada. And he was actually pretty good. He made the All-Star team a few times. And he was a good closer up there. But he's had elbow problems. Had surgery. Did it piss? What the hell am I saying? Did it pitch? Did it piss? If he didn't piss, he'd really have a lot of problems. He did pitch. Why can't I say that word? Pitch. He did pitch after that. Does that raise a red flag to the Phillies? I hope they're not going this bargain hunter playing cheap, I mean, Philadelphia is I know we're paying a lot. We're paying out of our noses for Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, all these guys are getting Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, are all getting big bucks. I understand. But please, don't take us back to the Matt Klentak days where the Phillies are like, they're going to yard sales. So they're looking for bargains, Like Oh, here's a bunch of relief pitchers on this picnic table. Look, they're only $1 a piece. I'll take this guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't go cheap on us, Phillies. This is the time you need to go all in and get good players because the Mets are getting better. I hate to say it, but they are. The Braves are going to be better this year. God forbid. And in the West, you still have the Dodgers, the Padres. They're going to want to step it up. The Giants just signed them. They signed some people. Okay, there. I'll think of it in a minute. You'll be 118 years old too one of these days. So the Giants, yeah, the Giants. And well, National League Central, most of those teams suck there. The Brewers, they made the playoffs, but they're not great shakes. So what I'm trying to say is you got the Phillies need to go all in here because Bryce Harper, these guys are in their prime. They're not going to get any younger. And I hate to think that the Phillies had a chance to win in 2022 to 2023, and they blew it. And that's going to be their only shot. I hate to think that because you would think that the Mets are going to step it up. The Dodgers are still the Dodgers. Phillies are going to have to really work, not only to win the NL East, but to get to freaking World Series this year. So they need some better players. Come on, Dave Dombrowski. I don't know what you're doing out there. At the winter meetings. Are you partying? What are you doing? All right, so they signed this reliever. Okay. We'll see. I don't like the way they use their bullpen anyway. It's reliever by closer by committee, and that never works. I told you that last year. It never works. You have to have one guy who that's his role to close. That's it. He's the hammer. In the ninth inning, he is the guy who's going to save the games for you. Most of the games. Not this one day, this guy closes, and next day, this guy closes. No, that doesn't work. No. So hopefully it's only Tuesday. We got till Thursday. So hopefully Dave is out there working up some deals, to make the team stronger. We still need to revamp our outfield. We still need help in the bullpen. And we need here and there, we need bench help. We need a better backup catcher. You could always use more starting pitching. I don't care what they say. Oh, we got Christopher Sanchez. We've got Ranger. We got a great starter. Andrew Pater is coming back this year. Oh, that's all well and good. But guys do get hurt. They do get hurt and they get sick. And we want to have other guys ready to step in. So if the Phillies do get this Garrett Crochet, this young left-handed starter from the White Sox, then I'm okay with that. Depends on how much they give up, but Garrett Crochet. My mom used to be a great crocheter. She used to make all kinds of stuff. Knitted like tablecloths, mittens for us in the wintertime, doilies. Remember doilies that you put on end tables? She used to make all that. She was a great crocheter in her day. Yep. Garrett Crochet. Well, we'll see if he becomes a Philly by the end of the week. Huh? Huh? All right. So, I love this time of the year because, this is before Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas. You've got the, in 2 weeks, I'm not going to need these dorky glasses because I'm getting my eyes fixed in 2 weeks, at least the right eye. And the left comes in January. They have to send away for it, and the left that I will come via Amazon or something. It'll come in and it'll just pop that in right in there. No. Anyway, I do love this time of the year because you got the hustle and the bustle. You know the song Silver Bells? Should I sing a little bit for you? Silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, Hear the rain, soon it will be Christmas. And it's true. It's true. And you listen to to the other lyrics. The city song, well, Santa Claus bells, whatever. Shopping. And that's what's going on right now. You know, that's what's going on right now. As I speak right now, kids are seeing Santa Claus. I used to love go to see Santa. I was never scared of Santa. Were your kids scared of Santa? Were you ever scared of Santa? I was never scared of Santa. I didn't, I never tugged on his beard. I was always a good kid. I never just did that shit. Yeah, I went and saw Santa. I told him what I wanted, and that was it. You know, I didn't make a big deal out of it. Anyway, so Santa, all that stuff's happening right now. You see, going up the street, you see UPS trucks all day, FedEx trucks all day, delivering packages all day. Those guys are running around. And it's a great time of the year. I love this time of the year. So, keeping that in mind, I thought, well, we could do a classic movie this week. And what better movie to do about Christmas time than Miracle on 34th Street? Why do I keep wanting to say 43rd Street? I don't know. I mean, you got my numbers at my dyslexia. I don't know. Maybe I should find out. Anyway, it's Miracle on 34th Street, a great classic movie, 1947, and we know the great and powerful and beautiful Oz, no, Marino Howard was in the movie. Oh my God, did I love Marino? What a beauty, huh? Red hair, tall. Oh, she was like 5'10". Oh my God. This Irish beauty. She had that little Irish accent about her. And she was flaming red hair, in which she did not die. It was really red. Lucy was the one who died. Lucy. But anyway, I digress. Dorito Howard. I think one of the most beautiful actresses ever put to film. Ever. Well, she started this 1947 movie, and it was about this guy who shows up at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and he claims he's Santa Claus. Not just playing Santa Claus, the real Santa Claus. And so, it just so happens that the Santa Claus who was playing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade that year was drunk. He was drinking on the job, and he was not suitable to ride in the freaking parade. So what happens? Santa just happens to be there, and they throw on a red suit. They throw a red suit on him, and they say, "Here, you place him." Well, he was so authentic and so good in the parade. They hired him to be the department store Santa Claus during the holiday season. That's what the movie's about. This guy claims to be the real Santa, and the state is saying, how the state is in the government. They're like, "You're not the real Santa. What the hell are you talking? There is no Santa." And they got him in court, and they're going through the motions there. And I won't tell you the ending just in case you want to. Maybe you've never seen it. Anyway, so yeah, but it's a good movie. It's a fantasy. But I couldn't always figure it out. They say in the movie that Chris Kringle, that's his name, Mr. Kringle, he's a resident of a nursing home on Long Island, New York. And he made the trip into the city, probably by train, I don't know, and a place Santa Claus. He commutes every day. So, is it really Santa Claus? They never really claimed this. Is it really Santa Claus, or is it a guy who's delusional who thinks he's Santa Claus? He lives in a nursing home and just pretends he's Santa Claus. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a social worker. That's interesting. If I worked in that nursing home, I might be his social worker. I would be the one going in to talk to him. So you think you're Santa Claus, eh? Anyway, so let's give them some more delusional events. No, I never said that. We always tried to weed our residents off the board. That's a bad. That's the wrong deal. Anyway, so uh, so that's the premise of the movie. Good movie, really good movie. Here, Rotten Tomatoes, 96%. Still, can you believe that? People love this movie. I love this movie. And guess what? It was released. You would think it's a Christmas movie. It's released like around Thanksgiving. To take advantage of the Thanksgiving Christmas rush. This movie, Miracle on 34th Street, was released on June the 11th, 1947. Why? What the hell? Well, it seemed like the head of the 20th Century Fox Studios back then was a guy named Daryl Zan. And he didn't like the movie. I don't know why. Maybe he had something against the movie. Maybe it's something against Christmas. I don't know. He didn't like the movie. He thought it was going to flop. So what he said was, let's release it in the summertime. Oh, no, sure them. Stupid, huh? No, he thought he knew best. And he said, well, people are more apt to go to the movies in the summertime. And which I guess is true. But they also go to holidays. Look how many people go Thanksgiving night or Christmas night, right? You got the tree, you got your meal, you open your presents, and then at night there's nothing to do. You're pooped. So he said, you say to the wife or the kids or grandma, let's go to the movies. And a lot of people do. So I think he was wrong there. But they released the movie on June 11th, and get this, the promotional posters that came for the movie, the posters you see either in the newspaper or out in front of the theater. There wasn't a mention of Christmas. There was Maureen O'Hara, which is fine with me. There is the guy who played her love interest, John Clayton. I've never heard of him. And you had Edmund Gwynn, Santa Claus, kind of in the background, with little Natalie Wood, who played the kid on his own. There was no mention of Christmas, nothing. Zanuck did not want Christmas mentioned. The only thing was, John Payne had a green tie, a Kelly green tie, great green tie. And of course, Maria Howard had the flaming red hair, so red and green is kind of, you put two and two together, it's Christmas. But nobody ever made the association. So when you got into the movie, that's when you figured out, hey, what the hell? It's summertime, it's 98 degrees outside, but this movie is about Christmas. What the hell? But people loved it. They flocked to the movie. It got great reviews, even back in 1946. People said it had charm, and it was very imaginative. And it was really having like a lot of characters in it that you remember. And so it was a great movie. So yes, Edmund Wood, the Miracle on 34th Street was nominated for several Oscars, and it won 3. Edmund Wood, who played Santa Claus, won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in 1947. Well deserved. And it also won an Oscar for the screenwriter and an Oscar for Best Story. The guy who thought of the story. Short story turned into a screen. Screen. It made money too, cranky. It was made for 248. What's in the back? Christmas carols in the back. No, that's not the Ghost of Christmas Past visiting in the hallway. That is our little grandfather in the living room. You're all the way here. All night long, the plays Christmas carol. He wakes up at 3 in the morning and you're like, oh, that's pleasant. You can go back to sleep. Okay, so they made Miracle from 34th Street for $248,000, back in the day. Now, back in the day, that was a lot of money. It made, get this, $2.7 million. So they got their money back and then some there. Whoa. In 2009, the Library of Congress, the United States decided to preserve the movie. So it became one of these classic movies where it's preserved forever and given the accolades and the honors that it deserved. Some of the original titles for Miracle on 34th Street was The Big Heart. That's stupid. It sounds like a Western. The Big Valley, The Big Heart. Somebody else, some genius, wanted to call it Meet Me at Dawn. What was that? Meet Me at Dawn. It sounds like some sort of World War II airplane story. Meet me at dawn. We're going to take off. I don't know. And then somebody wanted to call it It's Only Human. It sounds like a song. Wasn't that Michael Jackson? Human Nature? Human Nature. Da, da, da. Doody doody that way. Da, 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 da. Anyway. So, yeah, some geniuses at MGM or Fox Studios wanted to. And these guys are getting paid big money, and they think of this crap, huh? So anyway, somebody decided to say, nah, let's just call it Miracle on 34th Street. And if you don't know 34th Street, that's where Macy's came. Now back in the day, there was this big feud between Macy's and Gimbels. Gimbels was this other giant department store. We had a Gimbels in Philadelphia. I remember going there. John Wanamaker and Gimbels. Those were the great big department stores that you love to go to. And you go in there and you see all their Christmas lights. You know, they would have like the Christmas organ playing the Christmas carols. And you go to their candy department and all the candy was behind glass. Remember those days? Yeah. Anyway. So guess what? My girl, Marita O'Hara, she didn't want to do the movie. No. Why? Because she went back to Ireland, her native Ireland, after World War II was over. And she really thought she had it with Hollywood. She said, I had, but I'm staying in Ireland where I belong. And she was going to, but what happened was they sent her the script for Miracle on 34th Street, and she loved it. She absolutely loved it. She couldn't put it down. She got on the phone. Back in those days, they had phones. They didn't have text. You couldn't text. You couldn't get on the internet and send an email like you do now. You had to actually use the phone, and you had to actually talk on the phone. Those were the days. And so Marita Harris said, I love this. I'll come back to America and I'll do it. I'll do it. So she did. And do you know, if you've watched the movie, it starts with the Thanksgiving Day parade, right? And that's where Ed McGuinn, Santa Claus, takes over for the drunken Santa Claus, right? And Mrs. Gailey, who is Marita O'Hara, is like the person who runs the whole parade. So what happened is the guys at Fox actually filmed, get this, that was the real Thanksgiving Day parade of 1946. All that footage that you see at the beginning of the movie, that's real. And these guys only had one chance, one take to get it right. Because the studio, they weren't going to pay to have a fake parade. That too much, with the floats and everything. So they said, you know what? Let's just film the real parade. We'll have 9 cameras. That's what they actually had. They had 9 movie cameras all throughout the route, the parade route, to film the parade. And they had another camera up in the apartment building, which was real, where little Natalie Wood was looking at the parade through the window, and the guy, John Payne, or what the hell his name is, was there with him. So that was all filmed live. And they said to all these people, Edmund Quinn, you got to get it right because we only have one chance for the parade to go through and we're going to film it and you got to get it right. Do it. So they did. So they filmed the parade and everything you see is real. Everything you see is real. In fact, the Marina Harris said it was brutally cold in New York that day. Huh. So they're out there trying to get the film, one take, and they're freezing their buds off. Meanwhile, Natalie Wood is up there in the window with John Pitt, and they're all nice and toasty and warm up there. What the hell? All right, so yeah, now when I read that, I was like, I'm a little surprised, but then it makes sense. Why would the movie studio do a fake parade, right? Through New York City? Sure, they have the money to do it, but they're not going to do crap. All right. So, yeah, so the movie, Airport 34th Street or whatever, was up for Best Picture of the Year. In the great year of 1947. I wasn't born yet. I was still just a gleam in my parents' eyes, as you were too, probably. And, it was up for Best Picture of the Year. 1947. It did not win. Guess what won that year? A little movie called Gentleman's Agreement. I never saw it. I just about heard about it. What the hell is Gentleman's Agreement? I think that was a mistake. I think that was a big mistake. They should have gave the Best Picture of the Year Oscar to Miracle on 34th Street. That's like maybe you got the Grammys one year, right? And the Beatles are up for Best Song of the Year. Let's say Let It Be. And the competition is Bo Diddley and something, Bo Donaldson and Billy Don't Be a Hero. I hated that song. Oh, every time I heard that song on the radio, I wanted to throw up. Jesus. And Billy Don't Be a Hero wins the Grammy for Song of the Year over Let It Be. That's what I'm talking about here. That is a crime, and that is injustice there. I'm getting pissed off, but I'm done. Okay. Anyway, so that's my spiel right there about Miracle on 34th Street. Happy holidays. No, but the last thing I want to say about it is this. I think it's a great movie. I haven't seen it around on, but I'm sure if you look for it, you're going to find it streaming somewhere. Watch it again. If it's out in your personal collection, watch it again. Listen to Daddy. Daddy says watch it, okay? Daddy says watch it. Because you know what? They have the colorized version now. That stinks. I hate that when they started doing that. And who Ted Turner started doing that crap back in the day. Oh well, let's colorize all the black and white. Oh, no, some movies are meant to be like they meant to be, and black and white has a certain charm about it, especially since they really don't make them in black and white anymore. Maybe a movie here and there. But you think about black and white movies, Young Frankenstein, remember that? It's in black and white. The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. Now, it has black and white, it sort of has a certain timelessness about it, Like you really think you're back in the day and the Beatles, like 1960, 64, and the black and white kind of takes you back to that. You're not this color stuff. Stop it. I hated when they did that. But anyway, there is a colorized version of Miracle on 34th Street out there. I would say avoid it. I would look for the original black and white version. You're not going to see Edmund Quinn's suit all red and stuff, but who cares? Just use your imagination, okay? And watch the movie. I think it's a great movie. And it is what it is, all right? We know Santa Claus is real. We all know that. Okay. So just use your imagination and say, hey, this is the way it was, and this is the way it is. That's all you got to do. You know what? There's a lot of cameos in that movie. The guy at the post office who gets the brilliant idea to get Santa Claus off the hook. There's these thousands of letters at the post office uh, mailed to Santa Claus at the North Pole. Well, the guy who thinks of that brilliant idea to send all those letters to the courtroom and flood the courtroom with letters to prove that Santa is real, Jack Albertson. You want to know who Jack Albertson was? Do you remember the TV show Chico and the Man? Huh? Huh? Early 70s with Freddie Prinze. Jack Albertson played the man. It's a little trivia nugget for you there. You probably didn't expect that out of me today. You probably thought I'm just going to get the regular crap out of Greg today. I'm not going to get the extra stuff. Well, I'll give you any extra stuff today. Jack Albertson was the man. And then one more thing. The judge, the guy who played the judge in the movie, the guy who decides if Edmund Wood needs to go to the loony bin or whether he is really Santa Claus. The guy who played the judge was a guy named Gene Lockhart. Now, where have you heard that name before? Huh? Jude Lockhart's father. You know Jude Lockhart. She played in Lost in Space. She played the mom. And she also played Lassie's mother in Lassie, the TV series. Jude Lockhart. So her dad was the judge. And one more thing, Freddie Mertz, Freddie Mertz, he was in I Love Lucy. William Frawley is in Miracle on 34th Street. He plays a friend and sort of an advisor to Mr. Mace. And, Macy's got problems because he doesn't know what to do. His Santa Claus claims he's real, and all of his competitors are laughing at. So William Frawley, old Freddie Mertz himself, is in the movie too. All right, so enough of that. No. I love it. I love it. I'll probably look for it before Christmas is over, and I think you should too. So anyway, all right. Well, thanks for watching today. That's about it. I'm gonna go take a nap. Jesus. So we talked sports, Eagles. They'll be all right. Later in the week, we're gonna talk Eagles Steelers and see what's up there. I'll give you my prediction on the game and everything. And then we'll talk Phillies. Hopefully the Phillies are gonna do something. Do something, Phillies. Jesus. I want to go to a couple games this summer, and I don't want to be sitting there sleeping, because they're so boring. So do something. And then we talk Miracle to be hosted. What a great show, huh? What a great show. I hope I have more than 2 people to this show today. That's usually the average out there, but that's okay. All right, everybody. Peace and love to you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.